Hi, I'm Darlene Griffiths, and I will be presenting information about Rural Vista USD 481. Our assessed valuation for Rural Vista is over $36 million. I am going to guess that most of that is due to the farm ground in our district, because both of the towns in the Rural Vista district are not very big. Hope only has 400 people, and White City has 621 as of 2019. So our total valuation per pupil is $139,573. Total cash balance for USD 481 is over $1 million. There is funds kept in the general account, some in the supplemental general, some money kept in at-risk. There's money in capital outlay for upgrades and things that need to be fixed. There's some money stored in driver training, food service, professional development, special education, vocational education. Gifts and grants holds a little bit more than what I expected. Our contingency reserve is a little over $293,000. So if things go south for schools, at least we can pay our teachers and keep the doors open for a short amount of time. Our activity fund has $86,000 in it for sports and extracurricular activities. We have $111,741 listed for bond and interest. And as we get into my presentation later, I question that amount because I don't show that we have any outstanding bonds or interest. So just kind of wondering why that's there. General state aid for 2019-2020 was $2,274,384, which came out to about $8,681 per pupil. The numbers for this past year have not been published yet. Also in 2019-2020, our total expenditures were over $4 million. We had 262 students enrolled on our count day, which is September 20th here in Kansas. And so our expenditures ended up being about $17,818 per pupil back in 2019 and 20, which was an increase of 2.15% from the previous year. Free and reduced. I like to probably focus on the percentages because that gives us a little bit more information than the number of students, because some of our students we cannot say whether they're on free or reduced because there's less than 10 of them. So at Hope Elementary, 36.2% of that population is on free or reduced lunches. At Hope High School, it's 55.3%. At White City, where I will be, there's 52.5% of students at the elementary level who qualify for free or reduced lunches, and 66.7% of White City High School students who qualify for free and reduced lunches. So 2 out of 3 of my high school students are on free and reduced lunches at the White City High School. The head count for this past year, there was 264 students at both locations, Hope and White City. Hope had 105 students and White City had the remainder. Kindergarten, we have full day kindergarten at both locations. There were 7 students in full day kindergarten over at Hope and 12 students in full day kindergarten at White City. As you know, the USDA paid for school lunches for all students for this past year, but we did have pricing available for breakfast. For elementary, middle, and high school, it was all $1.80. For lunch, it was $2.85 for elementary students and $3 for middle and high school students. Elementary students usually get a little bit smaller serving than our middle and high school students. Mill rates. A mill is 1/1000th of a dollar, and in property tax terms is equal to $1 of tax for each $1,000 of assessment. So we have 20 mills that go toward our general fund, 21.455 mills that go to the supplemental general fund, and 8 mills that go to capital outlay. And again, we don't have anything listed for bond and interest. certified and non-certified personnel. We have a part-time superintendent. We have 2 principals, 1 at each building, 4 vocational ed teachers, 1 pre-kindergarten teacher that travels from Hope and White City. Some years the class at Hope is in the morning and then the class at White City is in the afternoon, and then they flip-flop. There are 2 kindergarten teachers, 26 full-time certified teachers, and 2 counselors. Our non-certified personnel, we have a bus manager. We have 0.8 of a person that does business services, and I'm not sure exactly what that is. 4 maintenance and operations people, 2.7 food service people, 2 transportation people, 1 technology director, 1.2 library aides, a 0.2 LPN nurse, and 1.4 clerical school administration people, for a total of 14.3 people. Our average salaries this past year for the superintendent was $70,558, including fringe benefits. Now remember, he is part-time. The principals at each building averaged about $84,054, and that includes their fringe benefits as well, insurance and capers and so forth. Our teachers with fringe benefits, $47,253 was the average. Again, as I said earlier, according to my research, USD 481 does not have any outstanding school bonds, and they do not have any bond proceeds from 2019 to 2020. Transportation. We are a rural district, and so many of our students get transported to and from school. Our transportation cost back in 2019 2020, $295,208. The district covers 303.8 square miles. We have 105 students that were transported over 2.5 miles. Only 13 students that were transported less than 2.5 miles. We had 29.5 students that were non-resident. They didn't live in the district but were transported to our schools. Our cost per pupil for transportation was $1,564. There are 7 bus routes, and we traveled 104,306 miles in that school year. And here are my references. I look forward to hearing about your schools and their budgets. Thank you so much.